Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Slept On. Can you stand it? All these videos so close together. Anyway, this is Ed. You know what it is. You know what we do here. We draw attention to songs that you might have missed the first time out. And I'm actually really surprised to be doing this one, because you would think, if you were from where I'm from here in DC, you would think that this song was a huge hit, and it wasn't. I mean, check it. So let me look at my computer here. I'll prove to you that it wasn't, because I was quite surprised. Yeah. So this, obviously we're talking about Jasmine Guy today. You know Jasmine Guy is Whitley from Whitley Gilbert from A Different World, and you know her for a bunch of other things too, because she's great. But yeah, I was quite surprised to discover that the song only peaked at number 27 for us, the R&B audience, and it peaked at number 34 on pop. Like, I'm quite surprised. I didn't expect that. So yeah, we need to talk about this song. So we're going to, darn it. So Jasmine Guy, of course, was extremely popular at this point. She was on A Different World and had everybody's attention, along with the rest of the cast of the show. It was the number 2 show on television, right after the Cosby Show. Heck of a lead-in. But this was a very, very popular show. And so, as a result, Jasmine Guy ended up with a record deal with Warner Brothers Records. And it wasn't just because of the success, it was because of the fact that she could sing. She really can sing. And so she turned out this record. Now, a lot of the record was done by Full Force, or at least they did the first 4. Timmy Gatling did one, Oliver Lieber did a couple of others, David Robinson, Eddie F., Mick Murphy of The System, he did one, and then Raymond Jones did another. Raymond Jones did Stay With Me Tonight for Jeffrey Osborne. Full Force, of course, we know Full Force, Lisa Lisa and Cult Jam, and they had hits on their own. Timmy Gatling, we know that already. Oliver Lieber did a bunch of things for Paula Abdul back in the day. Eddie F., Untouchables Entertainment, did a bunch of stuff for Donnell Jones, and worked with Intro a bit, etc., etc. So these were all veteran producers that got involved with this record. But for this particular song, we're talking about Rex Salas, who got involved too with Racer X Productions. He got involved with this particular tune, and it was written by Melanie Andrews. Melanie Andrews, you know, for co-writing a bunch of stuff on Janet Jackson's breakthrough album Control. She co-wrote a lot of lyrics and melodies for that album, as well as Tony Andrews and Cal Harris Jr. They kind of came together to write this song. And it actually makes sense that Melanie Andrews would have co-written, like, Let's Wait a While, because this very much feels like that. This is kind of the same premise. So it's a great, great, great song. And so we'll kind of talk a little bit more about it while we play it. But in my travels, I found the video. I've never seen the video before. So we're going to watch the video together, and we'll see what kind of quality it's in. It doesn't look like it would be the best, but we'll try it out here. And if it doesn't work, we'll just listen to the album version together. So I may very well end up stopping this at some point. But anyway, let's get to the video here. This is the video for Jasmine Guy's Just Wanna Hold You.
Don't wanna go too fast, no. Too soon to let our true feelings show. And if we make love now, then you'll never know that I just wanna hold you, and I never told what you're thinking of. Am I more than just a fantasy? 'Cause I'm hurting, boy, can't you see? Oh, that I just wanna hold you, and I never told you that I want this love to last, so let's not move too fast.
Oh, I want you,
I want you,
I need you.
oh, I need you, and I'll be yours for the rest of my life. I want you,
I want you,
yes, I need you,
I need you, babe.
and I'll be yours for the rest of my life. I want you. I just wanna hold you, and I never told you I want this love to last, so let's not move too slow it down, you're moving too fast for me. I want you, baby, just wanna hold you, and I need you for the rest of my life. I want this love to last, so let's not move too fast. Take your time, won't you take your time? I want you. I just wanna hold you, and I never told you that I want this love to last, so let's not move too fast. I just wanna hold you.
That's nice. I like that. You gotta like that, right? She can blow. I'm trying to tell you, she could really blow, and the whole album is full of stuff like that. So let's take a look at the credits here. Um, let's see, where are we here? Oh yes, I have the. By the way, if you want to see the credits of the album, shameless self-promotion, you too can go to vinylalbumcovers.com and look for the Jasmine Guy album, because darn it, it's there. And you can find the whole sleeve and everything that has the credits on it, because that's what I'm looking at right here. So I had a feeling it was kind of going to look like this, but we talked about Rex Salas writing it, Rex Salas producing it already. He played a lot of the keyboards on it. Chucky Booker is an additional keyboard player on it. You remember him, don't you? Turned Away, Games, etc., etc. Chucky Booker is just phenomenal. The synth bass was played by Deron Williams. Drum overdubs, Derek Organ. I knew I was hearing real drums in there. Those cymbals are as real as a day is 24 hours long. The guitar was played by Thomas Organ. It's an unfortunate name, isn't it? Shouldn't he be playing never mind. The background vocalist, this is where it gets fun. So Jasmine Guy sings background. You could hear her. Fred White, Valerie Pinkston Mayo, who's sung on just everything. Fred White has too, for that matter. And then best of all, Philip Ingram. That's James' brother. Philip used to play in a group called Switch. In fact, he still does. He's still playing to this day in that group. That group is out there with a new lead singer who is phenomenal. So the group continues to exist, and he still plays for them. And Philip is just a ridiculous musician, and even more ridiculous singer. He does not get enough credit. I pass flower upon flower to Philip Ingram right now. Like, take your flowers, bruh. Like, all of them. He's so good. Just an amazing solo voice he has. And then, of course, I'm sure you could tell that when I Want You came in, you could tell that that was James, right? Tell me you noticed. Yeah, that was James Ingram. but just phenomenal voice, of course. James, them Ingram boys could sing. I'm saying, and she could too. She really delivered. I love her phrasing. Her voice is thin, but I like it like that. She's got great tone. She really knows how to lean into it and really sell a lyric, and I believed her when she was singing it. Just a great song. And again, I mean, I know I said it already, but I mean, the way that song was played here in the DC area, like, you would swear it was a hit, and it wasn't. I mean, it didn't really take off like that. And I really thought it had. I mean, I looked at those numbers just a little bit before I did this, and I was like, what? This wasn't a hit? For something that wasn't a hit, it got a lot of play around here. Now, there were hits on the record, to be fair. Like Another Like My Lover did well. That peaked at number 6 on the R&B charts. It didn't do anything on the pop charts, but it wasn't aimed at the pop charts, so who cares? Try Me, that did well, fairly well on the R&B charts. I don't know if Don't Want Money did anything, but they did release that as a single, but I don't have those numbers. I'm looking at Wikipedia if you're curious for those numbers. The record itself didn't do so well. The record itself actually kind of died. It peaked at number 38 on the R&B charts. That's not amazing. 143 on the Billboard Top 200. That's not good at all. On the Heat Seekers chart at number 32. It's such a shame. The record deserved a lot better than it got, and I think this might have been a case of Warner Brothers kind of failing her there. She hasn't made a record since, and as I recall, she hasn't exactly had lovely things to say about that experience. I know Tisha Campbell didn't when she made her record for Warner Brothers. She didn't have lovely things to say either, so maybe it's a Warner Brothers problem. I don't know, but I mean, that song has no apologies to make, and it's such a great song. I hate that she didn't make another album, because I would have bought it. Maybe you would have too. Certainly after a song like that. And I mean, I heard Everybody Knows My Name, which has background vocals by Cree Summer, which is kind of cool. But that's a great song. Don't Want Money is a great song. Another Like My Lover, I really like. Like, there's some bangers on this album. And for some reason, I don't know what happened, but I guess maybe a combination of Warner Brothers being reticent to promote her as a musical artist, to take her away from what she was kind of doing on the acting side of things. And then, of course, there always seems to be a bit of resistance when it comes to, to actors that try to have a singing career. It doesn't happen all that often. Maybe this was, a bit of the Wayne Brady issue, which we talked about in the last video. I don't know, but she's talented. I mean, she just has it, and she can move, and I mean, Jasmine Guy can kind of just do everything. She's so talented, and this album proved it. I'm amazed Dawn Lewis didn't make a record at this time too, because she could really sing too. Cree eventually did. She made a record called Street Fairy not too much after this, with Lenny Kravitz, and that didn't really do all that well either. Maybe that was the same kind of resistance, but she was signed to the Work Group, which is Sony. But that record didn't really do anything either. She ended up kind of doing a Lenny Kravitz sound-alike thing. I remember there was a song that I heard from it called Mean Sleep, which is decent. It's a decent song, and she can sing. But that didn't really connect either. So I'm not sure what happened there. But anyway, this is a great album. It's a really good album. Like, I said great. I meant great. It's a great album. You should cop it. It's on the streamers. You can get it. You can listen to it. You can get the CD for not much money. You can get the LP. That's even out there. That's what I have. And the LP actually sounds not bad at all for a record of this vintage, because the record came out in 1990, and this is about when records were dying. On the whole, we didn't get much vinyl at that point. But the record actually sounds really good for what it is. It doesn't have a lot of like sibilance or anything like that, which you would expect for records of this type, especially records that, go on for a bit over 45 minutes. And it's about 22 minutes aside. That's not bad. It's a good sounding piece of vinyl, actually, for what it is. And the cover's beautiful. I mean, she looks amazing on the cover. The cover art is very well done. And, Jasmine was and remains a statuesque beauty. So just, beautiful cover art and so well done. It's a shame that the record didn't take off like it should have. But I just wanted to bring that to your attention, and hope you enjoyed listening to that song as much as I did, because I love that song. That's just kind of evergreen for me. I just can't get sick of it. It's such a great song. Anyway, thank you very much for watching another one of the videos. Much appreciated. And there are always more on the way. Like I've told you before, I have a list that's a mile long in my cell phone. It's pretty crazy. So there's a lot of stuff that got missed, and I just keep adding to it all the time. So feel free to keep checking back. Hit the bell so you know when I drop a video. I drop them fairly frequently, so hit the bell so you know when I drop stuff. Check out the posts. I have a post in there about whether or not you want me to just make these videos, or if you want these to be audio podcasts too. I can certainly do that. And it looks like that's where we're going. So I'm probably going to end up putting them up as podcasts. In fact, I'll probably start on that right after this. But anyway, I do leave things in the posts, so check those things out too. But anyway, I'm blabbering now. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. And until I see you on the next one, please keep listening to great music.